question.
Have you ever finally got something you really wanted and then realized it wasn't what you thought it would be?
Yo, catch the key to life,
Ooh,
baby.
I love this.
To success.
Yes.
To everything, man. In this video today, we're going to talk about the key. If you have not cried tears of joy lately or since childhood, if you accept this key here we're going to go over today is going to answer all of that for you.
And real quick, I like how you brought that up, because it could be accessing and unlocking our inner child. It could be even vice versa with it being our career or our self-concept. It could be, how we see ourselves, and understanding that each one of us has our own unique divine wisdom and essence and characteristics and talents and gifts that we have to offer within ourselves as well as the collective. And a lot of us are experiencing this in ways where we don't even realize, to the point where we are impacting certain things, you feel me? So energetically, quantumly, everything is in kind of going in divine order. So sometimes when we're caught in this realm, we may get stressed out with our jobs or our kids or whatever the case may be, but having that reminder that we have the tools, the insights, the clarity, the techniques, and everything else in between in order for us to keep moving forward and showing up with ourselves with the little things. It is such a beautiful thing. And I love how you brought this key up,
Yeah.
You just told me about it today or yesterday, but just briefly sitting with it is such a powerful thing. I'm like, wow, I really love this idea and this self, this little reminder, so I appreciate you bringing it up.
The reminders, man.
I'm excited to see what we could create and talk about today,
Me too, brother. Me too. We actually been talking a little bit before this. I'm crying because we're laughing so hard.
Yeah, right. That's like, the funny intros, right?
It's like the ultimate buffer is to laugh. Like, don't take it so seriously. Like, even like recording a video. Like, what is the purpose of this? We're attempting to bring consciousness keys to more people, including ourselves. Like, this is what we're here for, to me, to talk about it, to be about it, to live about it, to teach about it, to learn about it, to know about it, to believe about it, to love about it. And that it is literally like life, love, God. Like, we are on the brink of like so much right now with AI, and people are so excited, including myself, to tap into this AI and ask a question and receive the answer and have the collective genius of like the internet, which some have described as a physical manifestation of infinite intelligence.
Oh, kind of just like the Akashic records or this and that. It's just a divine reflection. It's not about relying on it. It's not about codependence. It's not about giving our power away. It's about finding what works for us within that present moment and within that phase of our journey. I love that.
That's it. And jump into like tap into I, not necessarily instead of, but in accordance with, in assistance to AI. AI is cool. I don't even think of it as artificial intelligence, really. It's like a summary of human intelligence, yet all of our human intelligence is finite compared to the infinite. And we are literally the infinite pretending to be finite. We like forgot everything so we could experience it as a human. Like, we experience separation to understand unity.
Yes.
And we are all one. It's one song. That's why it's a universe. And it's also a universe. It's like one song. Yes. And we all collectively add into that song. We all vibrate. Everything vibrates. If you could like hear your vibration. I've heard recently, it's like, whoa, that's the ultimate meditation, is to jump into that silence so much, you're comforted by so much, that you actually create an awareness to hear your own vibration, your own movement, your own energy. This is consciousness. This is what is responsible for everything. And then we sometimes think like we can't get something. And Some of my favorite comments, it's so fun to say. You can only have what you have, and you can't get what you want. You can only have what you have, and you can't get what you want. Most of the time, like, just like what happened, like, we're like thinking a bit. I saw like your eyes go up to the right. It's like, wait a second. And I know I've said this to you before, and it's sincere to like, I've needed to think about it so many times when I heard it. You know,
and it makes sense, you know. This is just my reflection or, you know, feedback from it, you know. But in general, it's like it just makes so much sense, because it's like the universe doesn't respond to what we want. It responds to our vibration. You feel me?
That's
so
it,
it's
right?
like,
Write that down.
Yeah, and there's so much that goes into it. This varies. If you look at it from an objective point of view, it's like there's so much that goes into it. Whether the phase of our life we're in, the life lesson at large, sometimes it varies, you know. So it changes. But understanding those simple little principles is such a powerful thing when we do.
Yeah, man.
It's fascinating, you know. But,
yeah, man. It's I before E, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I dropped out of school. I'm not sure, you know.
Believe. I before E, except after C.
Yeah, right.
Throw some comments down, what you're getting out of this. Take notes, what you'd like to receive. Any mountains that are impeding you. Because we make the mountains. We could clear mountains, but we also make mountains.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. With belief.
Yes.
And belief is a magical word, you know. And some people think, I don't know, what do you think? There's a big difference between like to know and to believe.
Ooh.
And I was looking up that words, right?
It's both subjective, so that's it's simple but complex. Wow, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
And like there's other words, right, that some people resonate more with. Faith, conviction, conviction. So it's really, to me, interesting because there's more words to describe this, yet this is like creation, right? When we have full faith, despite what we see, despite evidence that makes it not seem as real.
Yeah.
Like the first 4-minute mile, Roger Bannister, they said he'd die, said you couldn't do it. Evidence was against him. The first evidence, imagine being the first person to like even conceive flying in a plane, being like, oh, look, that bird's up there. I bet we could do that.
Right.
How many people must have called them dudes insane or her insane?
Like, look at any change within creation, small or large, you know, it wasn't done by anyone that stayed within their comfort zone or thought inside of the box, you know, so
that's
to speak,
it.
You know,
and yeah, man. And pardon me if I cut your flow. I just,
no, you're good.
That movie I was telling you about, What Dreams May Become, with Robin Williams.
Okay.
Watching that last night, and it's such a deep movie. As I was telling him, like, you could watch it once, you could watch it twice. It's like, what did I just watch? And then for me, it might be more than 3, but I'm watching it now as like, this is a movie on reality creation. And he said literally like, son, they only think it's impossible because they haven't seen it done yet.
Correct. Right. No, I gotcha.
And it's like, once you believe or know or have faith or conviction that like this is happening. And once again, I'll bring back,
I can turn that off if you want.
It's like, what do y'all think? Like you have it, right? You have, a matter of fact,
sometimes we drop the key too.
Bro, that's a big one, bro.
Yeah,
like you have it before you have it. I'll finish that sentence. Is like you must conceive it, you must have it first mentally and spiritually. But yeah, bro, we forget so often. I literally would like wear this around my neck. Right. I've held
that's the same key, right? Nice.
Just to this is a different one. I got so many ones.
Gotcha.
One was a whistle, just to remind myself, because we forget so often.
I like
we get angry at the House of Mirrors.
Oh, I love that, and what it doesn't matter what spectrum it's on. We should just pass it to talk or whatever. Doesn't
talking key.
It doesn't matter what spectrum it was on. Remind me of the last thing you said. I apologize.
You can only
Oh,
have it till you have
okay,
it
so
mentally.
sometimes we drop the key. So whether it's our own self-concept, whether it's just showing up in general, whether it's just anything, whether we choose a different path or a different industry or this and that, and we had to go back where we started in order to remember why we started. Why we started is such an important key factor to keep in mind. You know, I've done this within my path, especially growing up, whether it was running away from my own nervous system and leaving the family for a few weeks and then coming back, whether it was being in a career or industry I'm passionate about and then leaving it to go into sales or chasing money and then coming back to self. This happens on so many different levels, you feel me? So finding what levels we're in and how that could associate and relate to our life and applying that in a way that we think is best is such an important factor to keep in mind ultimately, you know? But
yeah, man, applying it in the way that we think is best. I like to keep on reverting to, like, is this thought, action, belief, is it supporting my goal and my purpose in life?
And if it isn't, why isn't it coming back in our life? If it's a substance, if it's a belief system, if it's a, you feel me? And then that could also be beneficiary. I don't know that word, but you get what I'm saying. That could be as well. You feel
for
me?
sure.
So, but no, I like where you're getting at. I was just mentioning something
for
them
sure.
To keep in mind as well,
What's
you know?
the belief behind it?
Ooh.
Like, what's the belief that is? I asked my buddy that the other day. He wants to start training, and he's like, "We'll train on Wednesday." Wednesday come, he's like, "Let's train next Wednesday. We'll start."
Right.
And I'm like, you know, I said to him, I'm working on training more metaphysically than physically, meaning the belief behind the action. The belief is more vital than the action. And so then I was like, okay, instead of like, let's just start right now and do this and show you it's easy, I kind of knew why in a way, yet mind reading is like never 100% as far as I've encountered.
So much to the psyche itself.
It's like, and wow. It's like, so I'm like, what belief is it that you have that you're not starting? And right away he was like, fear. Tremendous fear of the pain. I was like, it's not gonna be painful. Right. That's why you're not starting.
It could be the pain, or it could just be success itself, stepping into that other version. You feel me? And I've noticed that with myself along my journey, whether it was doing real estate and like certain, whether it's like I said, I just connected with this guy recently, and like I have the opportunity to close big commission deals. You feel me? So it's like different levels of how we see ourselves and how we approach it, and it all goes back to our nervous system. You feel me? We're not going to attract a healthy relationship if we're still stuck within our toxic ways. We're not going to attract you feel me? So it's all vibrational. That goes back to that. You feel me?
That book? Or no?
Well,
that we're saying. Because what I was saying goes. I hear what you're saying. It goes back to that. I was just saying it because I just read him a book, The Process of Realization by Ivan Antic. Like, such a deep book. I'm like looking for one little sentence, and it's overwhelming. So powerful and compact. This guy wrote. So you just talked about nervous system, and he talks about nervous system nervous system is responsible for slowing down all the information that's coming at us, because we have all of the information at all times. We're a microcosm of the macrocosm. It's a holographic universe. That means that one little fragment of the universe has all of the information of the whole universe, which is like mind-blowing. And then to think we're talking about us. We got all the information within us, so why don't we have the key to life, have all of our dreams? Because you could only have what you have first, and anything you want, you will not get, because it's the wanting. You're chasing after. You're saying you want it instead of like having it, and you have it conceptually before you have it physically.
And I love that. And that goes back to whether the real estate, or that goes back to my Instagram itself. It's like, let's say someone's trying to go viral on Instagram. They may not even have the content for it, the capacity to deal with everything, the preparation or whatever, everything else in between. So there's certain things that goes back to our other conversation. Like, we got to show up as above, so below, as within, so without. We got to start with it and then watch our external environment change. But it starts within, so that could be associated with that.
And that's again why we get mad at the House of Mirrors. We're like so mad at this mirror, and we try to change the mirror by like punching the mirror, cracking it, or painting on the mirror. We try and literally like imagine you're looking at a mirror, or someone else is looking at a mirror, and they're trying to like write a smiley face, right? Someone's doing it with lipstick. A real artist is doing it with like some amazing technology that actually looks like a smile. It still is not that person smiling. It must start with that person smiling and the reflection smiles.
Right.
To me, that right there didn't make sense to me for a long time. I needed to read like so many different books saying the same thing in a different way of reality creation and consciousness of like, bro, you are seeing a reflection. Like, the world will support your beliefs, emotions, and thoughts with situations, circumstances, events, people, places, and things. It will give you evidence of what you're thinking is real, and you cannot see otherwise. There's this one story of like the natives, when the Native Americans, when boats first came, they never saw a boat before. And they couldn't see what the boat was because they never had that conception, that belief, that knowing, that faith, conviction. They didn't have that concept, as he was saying, or identity, right? Of like, humans are capable to build a boat, and a boat is actually a thing, and then we name it. The power of words. And the chief could see because he wasn't so locked in to his perception. He was open to more things, and then he like wiped their third eye and told them there's a boat, and they were able to see it. And it's like, we've been taught for so long, you got to see it to believe it. Like, when I see it, I'll believe it. That's completely wrong. You can't even see something unless you believe it. Like, when you believe it, you start to see it.
Gosh, I love that. Beautifully said. And I know we touched base on this, or we mentioned it last time. We didn't dive too deep into it, but we touched base on it. Like you said, in Neuro's YouTube or whatever, or according to the Bible or whatnot, it's like left side of the boat, it's not catching anything. Put your net to the right side of the boat. You feel me? And then boom, you catch.
Imagination.
That's the metaphysical for tuning into the right side of the mind. But go ahead.
Sometimes we just think in logic, which is kind of in a way like everything that has already happened. Our
body and minds are trying to protect us, so it's a healthy thing, but at the same time, it could be detrimental.
It's actually necessary. 90% of the time, we're actually doing this. Like, our subconscious mind, we're only seeing what we have seen before. We're programmed to this reality that we were programmed. That's why it's really vital to go through this reprogramming so that your perception could change, because it's a perception and programmed loop. Like, your perception is based on your program, and that projects your reality. So you're only seeing what you've known before. And so there's a ancient like Hebrew saying, a Jewish mysticism saying, like, give me a child till they're 7. And that's it. I'm kind of paraphrasing. It might be longer than that. But it's like, give me a child or 7
years, right?
Because then they will create these core beliefs. And with one core belief, it like creates hundreds, if not thousands, of smaller beliefs, and beliefs build behavior. We behave because of our beliefs. And it's amazing, because like, if you were told over and over again that you're not coordinated because of a few 10 or 20 tries, and you're told that you can't run, told you can't play basketball, like that great scene in with Will Smith and The Pursuit of Happiness, my favorite scene. He's like, don't believe anyone that tells you can't play
No,
or
most
do
definitely.
anything, because it was the dad telling the kid he can't play basketball because the dad couldn't play basketball, so the son wouldn't play, and the son, he just broke his heart instantly.
Ooh, that too. Ooh.
The authority figures' words are so powerful. That's why one of the greatest things, one of my favorite things, Gary Vee said is,
yeah, it's a weird last name.
my favorite thing that he said ever is, I think I could do anything because my mom told me I could do anything. Like when I opened the door for a senior at a store, she like reacted like I won the Nobel Prize. And it's like, overreact, congratulate the child.
Right,
you woke up today.
Right. Come back to the little things. Right.
Yeah, man, because when we build up that confidence, there's never too much of it. As long as it's like you like really understand that you really ain't doing nothing. It's all through God and you're tapping into God. Like, to me, that's a big differentiation of like this convoluted, people might say, ego of like, you think you're better than other people.
Right.
The thing is no, I just think you're the best in the world. You are amazing. You're capable of anything great. You are the infinite potential of greatness. You are the ineffable qualities of joy. You are a miracle walking. And that's like, to me, when we spread that information, be about it, know about it, learn about it, teach about it, walk about it, talk about it, like that is the key, bro. It's like,
I love that,
because that's the remembering.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, showing up for other people helps remind me of everything, and that inspires, as well as for my own self-concept, as well as why I do what I do. You feel me? So it's definitely fascinating. I gotcha.
Yeah, bro. One dude said to me, what was his name? Seth. He has another like, I don't know his last name, but he has a great YouTube channel about reality creation. And he said, the reason why you're depressed is because you're thinking about your problems more than other people's problems.
Interesting.
Like, ooh, start thinking about other people's problems, how to help them,
and interesting.
It's like Mother Teresa stuff right there. And Jai said the other day, like, that's their problem. It's not our problem.
It's our problem,
right? It's our problem, man. And that's the unification, and like, that's the forgetfulness. We start yelling at other people. I love what Grace said in Stargirl. She said, "You never know what they've been through." That changes like the way I'm like responding to people, because I start losing my mind, and then I realize, dude, I'm getting mad with the House of Mirrors. I created this, and I could easily change this reality that I'm experiencing right now.
And then if we can, just focus on what we can control, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that.
I love that. And then that, just like you said, moves mountains, bends will, timelines, everything else in between. So
yeah, man. I believe our greatest superpower in the world is gratitude, is appreciation.
It literally is. And
from that, we could get out of any hole that we're in. There's always something to be grateful for.
Oh, yeah. Even especially when it comes to trauma, physical pain, anything like that, fragmentations. I watched a video the other day. He's done like a lot of energy work on, like, he's done like thousands of like sessions with people, removing demons and all this other stuff, talking with them, therapy, mixture of everything. And he's like, the number one thing I found is unforgiveness.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then that leads to all these other symptoms, whether it's neurological, whether it's physical pain, whether it's, energetic quantum entities, it varies, but it's fascinating, it's true. It really is,
100%, bro.
And that's why sometimes you drop the key twice in one day, and you gotta. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. I kind of remember, but it's all good.
No,
we both got like 5 hours of sleep last night.
I was texting him ideas for this at like midnight. I normally sleep a lot. Yeah, the forgiveness, bro. Self-forgiveness, bro.
Self-forgiveness, yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. Actually, is like,
because everything's an aspect of us,
everything,
situations,
like,
circumstances, experiences.
All reflection of self, we're all one.
Yeah.
We're just, God manifested in different forms.
Ooh.
And we forget that we have that power of creation.
Yes.
I am a divine creator, created divinely.
Then, like we talked about last time, real quick, I feel like I'm a creator. I act like I'm the creator.
Yeah.
I speak like I'm the creator. You feel me? And then
Yeah,
going back to
man.
each chakra system, right?
Bro, the feeling, and we were talking about this, and then I got some more evidence to support.
I'll let you hold it.
I got some more evidence to support my beliefs, right? We were talking about how mind is really, I was talking about golf, and like when you start looking into golf and some books on golf, it's like all about the mind and the mental aspects. And then really when you look into any other sport,
any other, right.
it's always mind. And then you look
Skateboarding,
into like
anything,
anything, it's
Yep.
always mind first, even though we focus so much on the technicalities of material when all that stuff will come naturally when we just tune in and we have that belief, that identity, that knowing, that faith, that conviction, that self-identity, that concept that we can. Like when you say I am, you're saying I can. When you say I am, you're saying I can.
Ooh.
And when you say I feel, you're literally predicting the future. This dude, Jesse Itzler, he's decently well known. He like had David Goggins stay with him for a month and just beat him up and do insane things. And he like was doing this run. It's like last man standing. You run 4.1 miles or 4.2 in a loop every hour. If you run it quick, you could rest. Every hour though, you got to run a little over 4 miles. It's a little faster than like walking. And it's not like a fast pace to get it done by any means. Thank you. A reminder again. Anything could be your reminder to give thanks.
Literally anything.
That you hold the key, that your beliefs, emotion, thoughts are more real than anything material. And they break through material. As I'm saying with Jesse, like he was stuck on mile 38 for so long. What got him through? The mind. Yet it was so much simpler. He literally hired like this ex-Navy SEAL. And the ex-Navy SEAL is like, give me 2 days. And he's like, in 2 days, you're going to get me over what I've been stuck at for 6 months.
I love that. And real quick, before I forget, sorry to interrupt, focus on the small increments. Just like you seen the movie Hacksaw Ridge or no? It's based on a true story.
100%.
One more
person, one more not.
And if we do that with the little things, just take it day by day, week by week, month by month, and not focusing on, oh, where am I going to be in 5 years, this and that, because this is always like overwhelming for our nervous system. Even if it doesn't seem like it on the surface, even if we're happy, it could be overwhelming, you feel me? So it's like starting with the little things, and then once we do that, we detach from the outcome and then show ourselves in the universe that we are open to infinite possibilities in order to play out because it could be better than we ever imagined. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. Just take one more step and let go of the let go of the attachment to the outcome. Like one more
attachment to the outcome, bro. Gratitude, like you said. Looking at it objectively, on physically, spiritually, mentally, on the whole situation at large, and everything else in between.
Yeah,
right.
And we do everything because we feel like it. So tell yourself you feel like it.
And sometimes we don't feel like it and we do it and then we start to feel like it, or we get more inspired, or we have more clarity, or we have more energy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I got you.
Or we tell ourselves we don't feel like it. That was the key with Jesse. The Navy SEAL was like, dude, I want you to promise me one thing. We're going to go for a run at 5 a.m. tomorrow and we'll fix this. Promise me one thing when we run. You say, I feel outstanding every time I ask you how you feel, no matter how you feel. And he didn't run 38 miles. He didn't run 30. He didn't run 37 or 39. He ran like 50 miles that day. Way beyond. That's like, like, not necessarily doubling it, but pretty darn close. That's insane to run like that much more miles.
Right. And it's not about changing how you feel along your journey every time, but it's about certain situations that could motivate you or push you in order intellectually, mentally, expanding you energetically or frequency wise that may be beneficial. So overall, it's good to, understand the difference, but at the same time, yes, the mind is literally mind over matter.
Yeah, man. 100%.
Right. Gotcha.
100%. And yeah, he said, like, I realized that when I think I'm done, I have so much more I can do. That's like the 40% rule in Navy SEAL. Like, you get to where you think you're done, you're at 40%.
I like that too. Yeah.
You got more than twice to go.
Gotcha.
I've experienced that so many times. I'm sure you have.
Gotcha. And it's not going back to what I said earlier, it's not about like pushing ourselves, right? If we're compromising our sleep or our health or this and that, then, find what works for you and come back to self. But at the same time, overall, you're right. I got you.
Yeah, man. It's like, where's your, purpose and mission? Like, are you pushing yourself by default, meaning someone else's dream of reality, like their job for them to have all this success with money and their idea? Or are you pushing on your idea that you are convinced that could really help the world? And he said something in the beginning that I'm going to reflect on, of like, I've heard this said, I'll paraphrase, is someone cleaning the floor could make just as big of an impact in the world as someone,
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And like someone like protecting is like a security guard or a president, or creating a Colosseum or a Crystal Cathedral. Like the person who swept up in front of that could be doing it with such sincerity and purpose and a mission to clean that floor. It's not just what we do, it's how we do it.
It's how we do it. And energetically, that space, everything he touches could affect, like everything, like you said, what we put into it. I was going to say something else that was really important.
The creation of consciousness.
Right. The creation of consciousness. Right. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead though.
And that's another aspect of, like, some would say hell is not a physical place. It's like a where you don't want to be. Are you where you want to be right now? Because literally you could change it all with that superpower of gratitude and the other superpower of imagination. And then the other superpower of intention. And intention is really easy to manifest. Intention is easy to manifest by giving your attention. What are you giving your attention to? Is it stuff you don't want? Because that's the opposite of intentional. That's like when you're in detention, you're doing all this stuff you don't really want.
Detention. Oh,
you're
shit.
Stuck.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Those little words, right? Oh, detention, right? Oh.
And then expectation, What is your expectation? Like, this is the worst day ever. That was one of my favorite books, Alexander and His No Good, Terrible, Awful Day. And I didn't realize until I was older, like 30 something, 40 maybe, until I like realized why that's my favorite childhood book that my son now reads to me when we're at home. My mom keeps impeccable care of like everything. My childhood book is still like perfect.
Laminated.
It seems like it is. Jai's books are like falling apart. And it's really about like that belief that it creates a chain effect. It creates a domino effect. He woke up with gum in his hair, and then he got yelled at, and he didn't get the toy in the cereal box. He didn't even get the cereal. He had to eat the cereal he didn't like. Teacher yelled. It kept on going. The same thing happens though in the positive realm. When we start to like, that's why we had like Tony Robbins, Hour of Power, and so many greats are like, I take this morning time to like tune into a frequency that I love. I change my vibration. I would talk to myself, give prayers, affirmations, self-talk, because the way you talk to yourself is the way the world will tend to talk to you. And sometimes if someone talks to you the way you talk to yourself, sometimes them be fighting words. But somehow we like just keep on talking to ourselves like that and wonder what the problem is. I have a few self-talk videos on YouTube. Like you could look at those. You could look at other people's self-talk. You could create your own self-talk, which is really powerful for a specific goal.
Oh, I love that. And always, before I forget, always connect the dots with the little things. Even yesterday, I was looking for a different charger I needed because the other one was too long. And then I was literally like 15 minutes frustrated, looking everywhere, looking in the car, even at one point maybe even blaming Victoria, or just or getting frustrated on her response when I asked her. Just little shit like that, you feel me? And then I'm like, all right, and then I forgot about it. I sat at my desk and then I got up to do something, and then I'm like, and I saw it right there in the drawer. I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't even looking for it. I detached from the outcome. And like, if we connect the dots with the little things within our life, we'll be like, wow, the universe has literally always been supporting me in everything I do, whether you see
Yeah.
it as the universe, whether you see it as God, whether you see it as your spiritual team, whether you see it as your future self. It doesn't really matter what labels or titles we put on it. It matters what we do with that information.
Ooh, write that down. Doesn't matter what labels or titles we put on it. Matters what we do with that information.
I love that.
It's like getting mad at the House of Mirrors.
Oh,
We're so
yes.
angry from what we created from our past, because consciousness crystallized is creation.
Oh, consciousness crystallized is creation. Ooh,
So everything you see is a crystallization of your old thought. Everything you see is a snapshot of what you were thinking, because the external is always a reflection of the internal.
Right. Ooh,
and
right.
Yeah, we're in this together. So like, you're with someone for a while, they're going to be part of that reality creation. I was thinking of a funny video, because humor is a big elixir, and to remember that we're in illusion, that this is a movie, that this is a big old comedy, and there's no need to get so angry. It might be part of it. There's no need to get angry at you being angry, because that creates that loop. Yet it's so powerful once you realize, and like the religions have taught us this, Maya illusion, you know, that
like you said,
that it's just not as, what we see is not as real as what we think.
I love that. And real quick before I forget, like we talked about earlier an hour ago, it's like that goes back to my train of thought today. That goes back to remind me of the last word you just mentioned.
What we see, what we think is more important than what we see.
No, it wasn't that.
Is that what I said?
I mean, it didn't ring a bell for me for what I was trying to remember. But go ahead, and I'll probably remember within a few seconds. When we are in our highest excitement, the downloads, everything else comes naturally, and that's when we don't remember, because we're not attached to those thoughts. We're not attached to those.
Well, there's thousands.
And that's what I kind of got to work on when it comes to being present within conversations, but as well as the inspiration that comes and goes. But interesting.
What do you think could help them out, peeps? So I was actually saying the skit, like, come into the room. Could be one of those skits we all know is fake, but we still watch. It's like, you got my glasses? Where'd you put my glasses? I should beat you. You took my glasses again. I told you how important my glasses are. And then what do you say?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, they're on your head. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
We've all done that, yeah.
Like, it's like we're blaming other people. We're getting so mad at the House of Mirrors. We're blaming everyone.
Yes.
And we're trying to change the mirror. Remember the mirror? You're trying to draw a smiley face on it. And it's like, that's by changing jobs, by changing your environment, by getting the 8th divorce, or breaking up with that girl or that guy and being like, nah, and changing everything, when realize you change your beliefs, your identity, your faith, your conviction, what thoughts you're focusing on, your attitude, your awareness. Like, you start to change these things, and it changes everything. Yet remember, 90% of what we're experiencing is our subconscious, is older thoughts. That could be from our first 7 years, from our parents. I like to say we have like 5 S's or 4 S's. The 5th one is like a pseudo S, which is the 5th one, the pseudo S, is our physiology, our posture, our facial expressions, our breathing, our tone. I love you doesn't really come across as nice as, like, I love you. Like, that tone says a lot in itself. And that's our, like, subconscious. Creates a lot of our identity. Again, 90%. We only got 10% to reprogram this of our day, right? So the other S's are the sounds we hear, whether it's nature or it's social,
societal
right?
impression.
Societal, right, is another S, or social. Like, who are your friends, right? Or your, like, friends on Facebook and Netflix, like some of my favorite people I never met yet, right? Like, we see them, we think we know them so well because of what they're portraying. and what we've seen, that could very well be the sincere thing, yet it could also be a mask they put on for Hollywood.
I love that. And then another S could be like sex, you know? It's like who we enter within our field, who we connect with, how we experience intimacy. You know, I was gonna joke about that one, but I actually started thinking about it.
100%, bro.
You know?
Yeah, dude. I would put that all under social, but you create
sexual,
your own concept to. This is for me to remember, for me to teach. Like, but yeah, that is another S. Like, we have the media, we have movies, we have music. There's so much in social, right? So social sounds that you hear, also media, and then these are those two we think are so vital that shape our character. But to me, the real thing that shapes your character is not what you hear, but what you believe from what you hear. Because if and Don Miguel Ruiz puts it greatly in the 4 agreements of taking things personally. If someone off the street says you're a maniac and you're horrible, you don't know how to dress, you're not coordinated, you can't do nothing, you lost all your jobs, you may be like, dude, you don't know me, never heard of me. Unless one of those things are true, it may hit hard. Yet, even if all the things aren't true, if someone that you love says that, it may really affect you.
Yes, and yes, it is fucked up, but to take it to an even deeper level, that's still happening for a reason, because everything and everyone is redirecting us back within ourselves in order for us to feel that shitty
100%.
Sensation in order, you feel me? So that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, or to break through and realize your identity, your belief, like, you could laugh finally. Right. You're free of that.
Right.
If there's some truth to it, then what are you going to do with that information, as he said?
I love it. It's raining right now. We could be like, oh, we got to go, you
Just
know?
run. Yeah.
But it's like, you feel me? It's like, no, embracing the seasons. Ooh, I like that in general.
Embracing the seasons. That was another movie I saw. I love movies, if you haven't noticed. Sean Connery is with...
I love everything storytelling, music, movies. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, Sean Connery's in the rain, and he's like studying the gorillas, and he's like holding a leaf over his head in the forest, and it's such a good movie. And and then he sees them like not responding at all, reacting at all to the rain. They're just doing everything they were doing.
Gorillas.
And then he just took it off, and he's like, freedom. Like, some of our beliefs and concepts are just like, we have faith in fear. Your faith is literally fear of things that you don't want to happen. And it's all not real.
Ooh,
like, the realest thing is what you think, believe, and feel. Everything else is fleeting. It's what you thought, believed, and felt before, and now it's crystallized consciousness, which is creation.
Oh, I love that. And just randomly, I thought it's okay if there's fear within the faith as well, but the perseverance and the resilience to show up and keep moving forward despite the fear is
100%. So the real 2 S's that, to me, create our subconscious mind are self-talk and the stories we tell ourselves. Like, this rain is refreshing versus, oh my gosh, I could melt. The camera could break. These dots on the whiteboard are gonna mess up the algorithm. Like, we could create so many stories that inhibit us from growth, expression, and getting closer to our goal, or just feeling good. Because that's pretty much everyone's goal, is to feel good, even though if we forgot, that's kind of the goal. You know? So it's like, what self-talk, how are you talking to yourself all the time from all the sounds you've heard? Would changing the sounds that you're hearing, the music that you hear, help? For me, when I listen to reggae music, it changed everything. I was listening or reading a book, How to Get Over Anger and Hurts by this pastor. Talk about forget. I need to remember everyone's name. And he was saying that oh, you got me.
Pastor on forgiveness.
Yeah, he was his self-talk and his story. Ooh, that might have been one forgot. I will give a little closure of like, oh, that's it. So like the sounds that he wanted to change, the sounds that he wanted to change, he was getting like frustrated, so he started to play like music, gospel music of praise 24/7 in his house. I thought of reggae because to me that's praise music, and I vibe more with it.
Yeah.
It changed my life. It changes my life. It reminds me to like every day give thanks and praise. That's one of the songs. Love the life you live and live the life you love.
Ooh,
Another song. Like I repeat those lyrics like the songs do over and over again in my head as my self-talk. It becomes a story I'm telling myself. That every day give thanks and praise. A cup or a laughter can heal. I'm gonna keep on messing with you, like
don't take
until
it
you
so
smile.
serious, right?
Yeah. Like that
Mm.
changed over time my self-talk and the story I tell about myself and who I am.
I love that. And sometimes changing the approach, like that video you sent yesterday of that picture of it, then like you singing that melody in the back.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. That was like stuck in my head. I love it, bro.
Yeah,
That's amazing. You know, little things like that could, you know, switch it up, or could inspire others, or could inspire ourselves to even think more outside the box, or approach things differently, like we talked about in our first video, whether it's neurologically and or energetically, whatever the case may be. You know, it's fascinating. You know,
it is, man. It's so easy to forget too, because uploading that video, it was like a minute and 11 seconds, so it didn't save a short attempt to do it again, then again, and like I felt a little bit of frustration. I'm like laughing. I'm like, dude, I'll do it later. Like I'll get it up, but like now's not necessarily the time, because I'm creating this to free myself and not get angry at the House of Mirrors. That was the video. And then I start getting angry at the House of Mirrors because it just won't upload so quick. Like that's why I'll like have this symbol to like always remember, you know?
Oh, I like that. So
right,
I like that. Good
have a symbol to always remember, like whether it be prayer beads or
what was that video I sent you the other day about the tobacco patch or whatever, the nicotine patch, or that it helped, like, remember that or no?
Oh yeah, that dude.
That shit was good.
Yeah,
I
was
still
so
wanted to touch base with you because I didn't even understand fully on what he was saying.
Bro, I watched him for like
idea.
Almost an hour talk about how everything could be healed with a tobacco patch, a nicotine patch, and then he claims that like people that smoke had the lowest rate of COVID, like 1 to 2%. I'm like, really?
Wait, tobacco or weed or both?
Tobacco,
right.
So I like look it up, and it didn't seem like his evidence was true.
Right.
But then that's a great case, is like that dude looks so confident, so happy. Like he literally, like whoever has the most confidence in the room wins. Like he got me to like think about like using nicotine, like, and I told someone else that, and they were like a smoker, and just broke out in laughter and was like, they intentionally put a nicotine patch on. But then after thinking about it, I broke out in laughter because I'm like, what, you think you're not intentionally doing it because you're using the word addicted? We're intentionally doing it.
That too. Right, that too.
But yeah,
there's
like,
different levels to it.
There's different levels.
What people are going through, but in general, yes.
You definitely don't know. And like, I get it. Addiction is like, we were talking about this morning, like if you're doing something and you're addicted and you feel like you don't want to do it, you know it's not good for you and you're doing it, I think at a certain point, if you can't stop, you might as well believe it's good for you.
right.
Like, because it's hurting you more to do something you believe is not good.
And with that, whether we use it in moderation, with that, whether we build our relationship to it, just like no different from food, you know, and then with that, we could kind of take a step back and then just be on the path of least resistance and detach from it. And then we realize with the little things, maybe we may wake up and be inspired to do something else. And then little by little, like, that just repeats itself, and then it moves to more and more and more, and it's like this snowball effect where it's like just kind of gathering, you feel me? But like you said, if you have the negative side of it, then it's like all the negative things and all the energetic things that could attach and everything else in between. But if we could like sit with it, with the little things, it's like
the little things of gratitude, yo. It's not too late. You give gratitude for your fingers, your feet, your hands, your breath, your eyes, and like really give sincere gratitude. Like not just utter empty, repetitive thank you in vain, in vanity, like just because you're trying to feel good. Like if it's not that moment, let anger, like embrace the anger, because when you embrace it and you accept it, you're aware of it, you accept it, then you have the choice to believe a different belief. If you don't accept it and or aware of it, it's just gonna like, it's like you don't even know where the bug is that's biting you.
Right. And right, exactly. And some people do have that analytical mind, like Victoria, for example. So they had to have proof for this and that. So maybe it's like looking back to the little things where, whether it's on a positive side where it's like where we got inspired, or the negative side where it's like, this is what caused me to be suppressed, or like little stuff like that. You feel me? It's powerful, you know?
Yeah. And we break down, like, again, to repeat, you could only have what you have. And that have is that self-talk, that story. What's your story? What's your self-talk? What do you have already that is not supporting you, that the universe probably has been sending you signs, signals, and symbols?
We are our only limitation, you know?
Maybe like this, we are our only limitation. Write that down. Maybe symbols like this or this video, and it's time to let go. It's okay to let go. You got what you needed from that experience, person, place, or thing.
Cool.
You don't want to break up with that person. You don't want to leave the job or the house, the country, the city. It's okay. Give thanks for it. It gave you so much.
Yeah.
It's time. It's okay to release it. And it may be a slow release period. Yet, is it really supporting you? Is this supporting you? Is this thought? Is this emotion? Is this belief supporting you to get to where you'd like to go? Because once you have that belief, emotion, thought, then the universe, God, other people will support your belief, your emotion, thought, give you more evidence to show you that's real, because your belief, emotion, thought is the most real thing. It's
literally free will at its finest. Like, you know,
everything. You can only have it when you have it. You can only have what you have. And like, that doesn't make sense until you really.
And what you don't have, you still have.
What?
Huh? It's like what we don't have, we still have, in the sense of literally everything is already there. Yeah. It's just we may be looking at the facts of the little things, even though we're not looking at the objective energetic standpoint.
That's a deep one. When you don't have, you still have.
That's why we got to look at things from energy, frequency, and vibration.
Yeah, that reminds me of Myron Golden saying, like, even if you don't see it, even if you don't think it's working on you. It's working for you. It's working on you if it's not working for you, which is another way of working for you, but it's working on you, and then it will work for you.
Ooh, right.
Like that, like you're failing. It's preparation. It's getting you ready for this. Like, if you just got $1 million, like, look at lottery winners. It's the greatest example for me. They all, like, most of them go broke and are less happy than they were before they won the lottery. This one lady spent $5 million on slots. I'm like, how many times did you do this to spend $5 million after you won $5 million? Like, you didn't win enough.
After she won.
She won $5 million and then put it all in slots. This other dude got, like, I think, killed because he cheated on his wife. It's like, dude, you couldn't go through the divorce process with your millions of dollars you won, like, you know.
He got killed, or he committed suicide? In general, I think he got
killed. I think he got killed by the wife or something. But like, there's so many other stories like that, because their consciousness, their thoughts, their stories, their self-talk is still that of poverty when they are actually rich, because poverty and wealth, they're states of mind. Actually, everything like that around us is a state of mind.
Oh, I love that.
That's why it's like, you could only have what you have, and what you want, you're not going to get, because you're just wanting it. You got to have it first and realize you deserve it. You deserve it. You're worthy. You're capable. You deserve it. You're a walking miracle. You're here for this. It came into your mind. That's the blueprint for it to get created. You just follow that. Like, change your attitude. Remember the beats, right? Change your belief, change your emotion, change your attitude, your awareness, your attention, change your thoughts, the attention you give your thoughts to, and your subconscious mind, your self-talk, the stories you're taught about everything. Create a little story. Yesterday I was driving home. Remember to breathe. Yesterday I was driving home from school. I put this in my book. I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay there. I'm driving home from school, and it's like a 20-mile-an-hour zone. It's not blinking, so you could go a little faster than that, but it's literally on this little strip. So I'm going slow. I'm like, I'm just gonna go slow for the school zone. It's like literally a quarter of a mile. It's like seconds in a car, and it's right after a stop sign. I'm driving, and this lady goes past me in the other lane real fast, and I lose my mind. I'm like, don't do it. It happened the day before, and I'm
That
like,
so would have been me, bro.
I'm like, Jai, see, I could speed up to that person, wouldn't make sense. But the second day it happened, it was literally like 2 days in a row. I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, and then she turns, and I like stop, and she
the
stops.
same lady the second day.
The second day, she's passed me in the school zone, and I'm like, you know, that's a school zone, and you have your kid in the car. She's like, you don't know what time the school zone is, huh? And like smiled, grinned, and drove off. And I'm like, almost about to follow her again like a maniac. What am I going to do? Fight her, destroy her car, yell at her? Is that going to help? And I'm like, what's the belief that got me upset? That she's speeding in a school zone. What did I do? I'm speeding in a school zone.
Is it that they could go fast and supposedly I can't subconsciously? Is it, you know?
Oh, that's deeper. That's deeper.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, yeah.
And I was just like, for me, I broke it down of, because like you could go deeper and deeper. Yet when you resolve it and get redemption, you're pretty good. Yeah. You solved it. Yeah. So I solved it by being like, well, my belief was that you shouldn't be speeding. Kids are going to get hurt. So it's a simple fix. Don't speed. Let her do what she does. I don't have to live by default mimicking her design. I could live by my own design. Say to each his own. I cannot stop everyone. I can't just stop her from speeding. Like
everyone's on their own path. Everyone has their own frequency that you feel me? And yes, we are still all reflections of each other, whether it's her watching you go slow and be like, maybe I could slow down, whether it's you watching her fast, you know, it doesn't matter which way you see it. It's all a divine reflection. But yes, we are still here to remind ourselves and each other and hold each other accountable within humanity and society and the collective at large, you know, with the little things. However, to the point where it's like trying to force it or this and that, or like you said, compromising our own peace or this and that, then yes, it's
and you may not be ready. They may not be ready.
Correct.
Like my buddy said, something else happened along the lines of this, and I was like, I just don't want to scream. I want to do my best not to scream at anyone, even raise my voice, and definitely not name call. I'm working on that with Jai, my 8-year-old, and it's really challenging yet. Yeah. I don't want to teach them that the way to solve something is to, if they're not listening, raise your voice. And then if they're not listening, scream. Then if they're not listening, hit them. That's like the order of operations for humanity. And I think there's a better way. And I was saying that to my buddy, and I'm like, I just don't want to yell. And he's like, it's like, cause I'm like, cause we're all one. He goes, yeah, well, you're not listening to yourself, cause the other person wasn't listening to me. And it's like, you don't listen to yourself half the time, too. We don't do everything we want ourselves to do.
Yeah.
Why do we think another person is going to hold a better standard? If we all did what we said we were going to do, oh, my Lord, we'd be like savants and have all this perfection. And man, we are perfect. Our actions are not perfect, but we are perfect. And the more we conceive that, perceive that, and
conceive
and forgive, you know, give thanks. Deep, man, deep. I appreciate it. We were gonna like name this as a podcast. Y'all are in it this long, then and you stay to the end. We really appreciate you, unless we continue more. Yet my point is, like, y'all think there should be a name for this podcast? I was thinking like the Perception Podcast. There was another one I threw out there. What were your names you were thinking of?
I mean, I haven't really thought about it too much, you know, but I'll give it some thought, honestly. I like to sit with stuff for a while, you know, just intuitively. But no, yeah, if you guys have any insight, any things like that, then we'll take what resonates, and definitely looking forward, as well as any other topics you guys want to hear about or learn about or anything in that nature, comment below or send him a message on his YouTube where we could, just bring in anything you want to need clarity on, So we're here to help. We're here for the collective. We're here for ourselves. We're here to create good energy, So let's keep up let's have that collaboration and an engagement, in your participation and attention means the world.
Yeah, man. I was even thinking about like having like special guests somehow. Only way I could think was like Zoom, and then we upload it on the YouTube.
Like I said, that's why I called you yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, maybe we should have a name for it, or YouTube where it's between us, where even if I move out of this town, where we could do Zoom calls with each other and then have people on, or like anything like that. So I'm gonna definitely think about it more today. I've just been a little tied up with the real estate thing and stuff, but in general, yeah.
So if you want to collaborate, let us know.
Yeah.
If you're looking for any property, let Jalin know. He might be able to help you out. If you're looking to buy some property, you don't, Mark, you just said it and forgot. And awareness of the last book I wrote is thebestfitnessprogram.com. Thebestfitnessprogram.com. It's a lot different than other books that I've read. I've read one similar. I think it was called The Metaphysics of the Goo. And it was like about metaphysically getting in shape. And I combined some physical aspects. Yet the majority of the book is about the metaphysics, about like be, do, have, like become the person that will do the things so you have the dream body, the stuff. And in this case, the stuff is the dream body, and to love your body. I've changed the name of the book a few times. Love Your Body is what I'm calling it now, but health equals happiness. It refers to that a little bit on the site. Again, the site is thebestfitnessprogram.com. And I'm going to keep it at just that. The last video I mentioned another link where you could join in a Zoom and join us. If you want to watch that video, you could see that, and it's in the comments. I'm just going to keep it to one little call to action, as the industry calls it. Someone said something really mystical to me, like, and he was talking about making money. He was like, don't just put stuff out there to make money. Like, put stuff out there because it's an amazing product or service that's going to improve the world.
Right, or it gets you in the right vibration for you to show up in different ways, right?
Ooh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Gives you the right vibration to show up in different ways. Write that down. And you could write it in the comments if you don't have pen and pad. It helps to like write, because you write it down and you make it happen.
Right.
You remember.
And then more insight, more clarity comes, whether it's writing down your dreams, and it's something I got to do more. So appreciate that reminder, but not most definitely.
Get to, not got to.
Oh, get to, not got to. Yeah.
So
beautiful.
Deep things of, and I mentioned that because like we bring this here because we really like
remember to stretch.
Are passionate about how awesome this can be. Yeah, another stretch is I was watching, this dude was like what is it? It's kind of like a deadlift, like you're going all the way down, and he's like, just go deeper, so that you're like doing one rep, and like instead of holding it, you're pushing deep into it.
I like that.
Get a little movement in with us.
It's not what we do, it's how we do it, And
it's not what we do, it's how we do it. How we do anything is how we do everything.
Let's get it.
Blessed
Have a
love.
beautiful day.